Are you with me? I'm hoping that as I'm recording now from a mobile hotspot, I've been told faithfully by the store that this will be much better and much quicker. But judging by the time it's taking for anybody to come online, I don't think it is any quicker. Or is it? Are you with me, guys? Let me know. It's taken ages. I've been at this for hours. Thank you for being patient, for those of you who've been sitting waiting. Yes, I'm so happy to be with you. I've got to give a really big thank you to Darren, who has kindly rung me up and said, can I help you? And he's helped me endlessly. So first question, well, first of all, say thank you to Darren. Please, I wouldn't be online tonight if it wasn't for him. Second question is, how is this quality? Is this internet better? And is it not cutting out? Because that's really, they promised me at the store faithfully that this was going to work. So yes, thank you, Darren. It's looking good, it's sounding good, the picture's in sync, and it's not cutting out. So, yes, okay, it was worth all that effort. Well, first of all, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for being with me. And we are truly living through history. This is a historical and powerful time to be alive. And I think that many of us have felt, maybe for months or even years, that something's brewing. Something's like, what's going on? Yeah, and feeling a certain unease, a certain not sure what's happening, but not knowing what it is. For me, especially started around 2000 well, certainly, obviously, 2001, and then 2011, when we had Fukushima and Uranus went into Aries. And now, of course, we've got this Uranus in Taurus energy. And as I said a while ago, yeah, thank you, somebody's felt it over 20 years, but it's this feeling. And now here we are, we're in it, right? So it is a powerful time to be alive. Shift, focus. And Aries is very much about the warrior, not the worrier. I think the internet's gone out. No, they promised me. Are you still there, guys? I know it's not a good sign when the live chat's gone off, but okay, I'm keeping going anyway, and I'm hoping that you're going to come back. So let me know if you're still there. Well, I'm not going to be beaten, guys. I'm staying online, and we're going to make this together. We might have obstacles to overcome, lots of them here. But together, we can do it as we move into this age of Aquarius, the technology age, how we use technology. Are you still there, guys? Tell me. Maybe you are. I'm just concerned that the internet is not functioning properly. Okay, I'm trusting the live chat's gone. I don't have interaction with you. I love the interaction. It's what makes this a whole co-creation, but if not, all right. So Aries, new moon Aries. So we then have to look at ruler of Aries. Mars is in Capricorn and Pluto on t'other side. So Saturn and Pluto in between, on either side of Mars. So it's all in Capricorn. To me, what does this mean? It means, and Mars in Capricorn is exalted. It's a good placement. To me, it means we've each got to be responsible, tremendously responsible for our actions. What is it we're doing? Why are we doing what we're doing? And really taking seriously our responsibility at this time. We're being shown scientifically that if we can reduce this contagion, reduce the curve, so to speak. I'm not a scientist and I'm not going to get into any of that. But if we can each be responsible and be isolated for this time and not break these rules that are being suggested, then there's every chance that by the time Saturn goes out of Aquarius, which is July, beginning of July, folks, we might be able to see a turn of the tide. Might. I'm not saying it's definite because I don't think we can do any, but this energy that we have at the time of this new moon today is a very significant turning point if we will each be warriors in our own domain. So in my domain here where I am, I'm living with these two beautiful friends. We're all separate. We've each got tiny places within a bigger place. And, you know, every time I even go just around the garden. I'm going around my garden many, many times. Just being aware and conscious of not getting too close. You know, we're always at least 3 meters apart when we're talking, or we talk on the phone. When Tassos has to take the dog for a walk, I tell him, put a mask on, put your gloves on, put your glasses on. Just take whatever precautions you can. Do the best you can. And as I've been saying for such a long, long time, isn't it better to be a year early than a day late? It's what I've been talking about with the markets and the business and the financials. And maybe I'll do a separate video on financials because that's a super big area. But nonetheless, everything is mixed up together now. We're in the soup. We're all mixed together. All the ingredients of the soup are mushing up together. And you can't really take one out. Much as I kind of like smile to myself when I see Wuhan is coming back, there's so much more to it than that. We may start to live a little more freely for a while, but the economy, the rest of us are all down. How are they going to survive? So we're all connected. This virus, for sure, is showing us that we are connected. But what are the consequences of this? What am I seeing now? Be a warrior with the people that you are close to. Do your very best to get them to take action to do what we're being asked to do. Quicker, now. Mars is about now. Mars is impatient. Mars says no buggering about, no procrastination, just do it. And Mars in Capricorn is very resourceful. So if you haven't got masks in your country, we haven't got masks here, we're making them. You get a bit of paper towel, you fold it up a bit, you put some elastic bands around the edges, you staple them on, and hey presto, you've got a mask. So let's be resourceful here. Let's find ways. The Pluto is going to add to this intensity of the drama. Yeah, it's like there's a drama going on. And this is just another set of warnings that would be given. We had those terrible wildfires in Australia. We've had floods. We've got locusts somewhere in Africa I was seeing. We've got all these plagues, all those things that were predicted in the Bible. My auntie was talking about this today, my 98-year-old auntie. She was saying, I think this is something from God. This was her super duper wake up call. And what does the astrology show us? The astrology is showing us at this time, because Uranus in Taurus, this is the wake up. Wherever Uranus is showing us where the wake up is. So it's trade, business, values, what's important to us. And I think that has to happen inevitably is that food becomes localized as a result of all this. Instead of shipping it all over the world, using energy and power and valuable resources from our earth, we'll hopefully grow things close to us. We'll get resourceful as to how and what we do with our earth and our food. So I think food supplies are going to be disrupted for a while, possibly. The economy is going to be very disrupted and very turbulent. And we, with this Mars in Capricorn energy, because wherever Mars is, at the time of a new moon in Aries, which is only once a year, folks, so this is only happening now. And the fact that it's in Capricorn is a very good placement for it, if we're ready to be really thrifty, really that. And I've noticed since this lockdown that I'm much more careful. I hadn't realized how wasteful I was. I'm super careful with everything now, watching everything. This is what this Mars in Capricorn is about. And so if we can activate that with everything that we're doing, I think this is going to be a really good way of feeling as though we're not impotent in the face of this crisis that we're all facing together. And reaching out to one another is a great way of forgetting your own fear. Today, wonderful Darren reached out to me. He could see, he was on the chat waiting for this live stream, and he just sent me a WhatsApp message and said, reach out if you need help. And boy, I needed help. And he sat with me and helped me. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be live right now. So just helping one another in the moment, Mars energy. Right, I can see something needs to be done about it. I'm sitting here, I didn't know where I put the camera. I haven't got my tripod that I would usually use. That's in blooming Athens. All right, so I've improvised. I've got a chair and it's sitting up against a cushion. Improvise. Use that resourcefulness. That's how I would use this energy that we've got as a new beginning, a new start, for us all to find that little thrifty way of creating things practically and usefully without having to go out and buy something. Thoughtful as to what you can mix and match that you haven't mixed and matched before. So here in lockdown, when I wake up, I've got a lot of energy when I wake up, and I often wake up singing, and I'm ready to go. Because I always ask the Pleiadians before I go to sleep, I say, I relinquish my frequency to you, take over, do whatever you want to do, to go for walks. You could go for a walk, but I think, no, much as I'd like to go for a walk, because it's beautiful here, I'm going to do my best only to go out if I have to go out, not if I would like to go out. It's different. So we do have a garden, not a huge garden. So I go and walk round this garden again and again and again, clapping and singing round the garden. Of course, the dogs think it's hilarious. There's one dog next door that looks at me totally bewildered. What on earth is this woman doing? Luckily, he doesn't bark at me. And then, well, Platon is used to me, so he's our dog here. But it's just a matter of finding ways to work with a more confined space. I think that's our challenge with all this Capricorn energy. Mars in Capricorn is, how can I make this work even though I'm confined? And I heard a friend was telling me apparently that somebody ran a marathon on his balcony. If somebody can run a marathon on his balcony, then I can exercise in this small garden that we've got and enjoy it and have fun with it for the amount of time that this lasts. It's not going to last forever, but just take it day by day. So how are you? What are you doing that's canny, that's thrifty, making good use of living in close quarters? What are the things that we can say to one another that are good ideas? Let's share some of those ideas. And I'm disappointed that I can't see the live chat, and I don't know how to see the live chat. Maybe I have to press that. Top chat. Oh, maybe that brings it on. No, live chat. Live chat. Here we go. Oh, I think I might have it back. Let's see. Say something to me. No, it's not come back. Oh, messages, super chat, high chat, top chat, live chat. Okay, I'm pressing buttons here. I don't like to distract the chat, but oh, I can see somebody saying dance, dance. I don't know, how do I keep the live chat on, guys? I'm pressing it, but how do I actually keep it on? Because I haven't been able to thank people who I know are donating. I just haven't been able to do that, so I apologize. But okay, maybe live slows it down a bit. I don't know. Okay. And you've lost £5. Great. Let's share some of the things that we're doing together. Oh, it's not staying on. I don't know how to get it to stay on. Okay, I think it's on the button. Thank you for being patient with me. Goodness gracious. Right, I think I'm back. All right. Anne is much more relaxed, working 3 days out of 7. That sounds good to me. Planting potatoes. Lovely. Not eating out. Okay. All right. Okay. No sound. Can you hear me, guys? Sound back? Sound there? Give me some feedback. Buffering better now. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me, guys. Oh, okay. So, thank you. I'm getting feedback and we're together now. So, Mars in Capricorn as well, I'm focused on this new moon today, has everything to do with simplifying your life. And in many ways, we're being helped by external factors to simplify our lives. But think about ways that you can just make things simpler, streamline things. Yeah? Spending more time meditating, sending out love and healing energy to the world. Thank you, Brenda. Harvesting of adrenochrome. No, I've not heard of that. So we're being really invited here to reach out to one another. Mars in Capricorn, do the practical thing. This is not Mars in Pisces. That's kind of like more ethereal. This is doing it. So what I've done is I've made a list of people that I must reach out to, so that I make sure I do it. Obviously, there's my lovely 98-year-old auntie, right? That is a must do every day. She needs it. Nobody can even come into the house at all. So she's been struggling with what to do with her duvet cover, how to change it, because it's too heavy for her and too difficult. She's got, difficult shoulder. So what she's been doing is she's been turning it upside down, her feet where her head were, and moving, just turned it over. So somebody's spending more time in their garden, great. Learning to teach piano online, cooking recipes. These are great proactive things you can do. And thank you for everybody that is donating to me right now. Thank you. Whenever I mention coronavirus or COVID-19, there are no advertisers. There is none of that on the feeds. So thank you. This really helps me to continue to do these live streams. So listening to my videos, thank you. And now that I've got a good connection, which I think I have, and if you can put up with the fact that it's on the mobile phone rather than computer, is that all right with you guys? Perhaps let me know. That would be really good. Then I can really hold your hand, and you can hold my hand. We can work together pretty much every day, because I feel as though there is something to say every day. Some writing poetry. These are all the things you're doing. Oh, you're going surfing tomorrow, Bruce. Yay, good for you. Go while you still can. Keeping up your humanity, being humble. You're on phones. Let's be a lifeline to somebody. And it also takes you away from worrying about yourself. It's quite funny because we have things delivered now, so we're not going out if people will deliver. Okay. So when they deliver, we're not touching the money. So we're just not touching each other, wearing gloves. So it was a windy day today. So the guy delivered some stuff and I put the money down and it was flying everywhere. And he had to, sort of pick up these 10 euro notes all over the place. It's an interesting time. So playing cards, listening to Joe Dispenza, yay. Working from home, saving Mother Air, outside in your flower garden. Aren't these wonderful things that everybody's doing? Yes, you wash your money in the washer. I wash my money today. Yep, it's good. Caring for an elder man, beautiful, cleaning house. Fantastic. Yeah. This is what we need. We need some connection. Doing yoga in your motorhome. Yay. Fantastic. So 5G, I'll be honest with you, from what I've read, a lot of people are asking about that. It seems that there is some danger with 5G, but I am not a scientist and I'm not knowledgeable about this. So I can't give a definitive view on it, but certainly it seems as though it has a detrimental effect on the immune system. I'm not technical, I don't know enough about it to say. Taking time to talk to the trees, the insects, it's slowing us down. We've got this earth and water energy, baking bread, sewing. Yeah. Oh gosh. Somebody tested positive and they've put him in a room with no phone. Imagine what that's like. So we've got to psychically connect with one another. Doing online breath work. restoring our faith in one another, connecting to one another. Yeah, cutting down the trees, that is really not good. Yeah, to make the 5G work. Apparently so, yeah. But again, I'm not going to be one to raise panic at this point. Our priority, prevent needless lives being lost. That is our biggest priority, however we do it. Yep, I'm a tree hugger too. Organize is supposed to help. Yeah. Stretch the psoas muscle, yep. Yes, so this is a grand shift, folks. This is most definitely a grand shift. It looks as though it's going to be a simpler life. And also time just to rest. Yeah, time to rest. We're purging out the bad. Oh, goodness, we're purging out the bad. But what are we going to replace it with? And we've got a lot of choices here. Lots and lots of choices. Lots and lots of things. Can I talk about the age of Aquarius? Most definitely. Thank you for the question. So let's look at the archetype of Aquarius. We've got to take two things. We take Leo and Aquarius together because they're opposites. And we try to bring the two together. So the Leo energy, because we always work with the two. The Leo energy has to do with you finding your creativity, your child within, the part of you that just loves to do whatever it is you're doing. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you. The part of you that enjoys. What can you find that part that brings joy? The part of you that is a joyful being. Somewhere inside of every one of us is a joyful being, at least some of the time. So that's part of it. And then the Aquarius is about bringing those unique gifts and talents to the wider community. That's what Aquarius is about. Now, the archetype of Aquarius is very detached. It can be cool. It's got this robotic energy. That's why robotics is going to become something that will be developed greatly during the age of Aquarius. It's going to be a time of technology potentially being used in a very positive way. But there is this sense of space and isolation. Yeah, there is a coolness. Yeah, you are detached and cool. That is the archetype. So we've got this space, and it's about building communities that support one another with all our different abilities, that each person brings. Some moving into this age of Aquarius is the power of air and the invisibility, the power of the invisible. We're seeing it with this virus, the power of the invisible. But there is also power in the invisible, that is not just viruses. There is power in everything that we don't see, but that we can feel and sense. So there's much more to say about the age of Aquarius, but this is, yes, Aquarius is a very mystical sign. It's about bringing together humanity as a whole. How do we structure a new world? And Aquarius ruled by two planets, Saturn and Uranus. So it is the bridge between Saturn, which is our structures, and Uranus, what is the new that we want to bring in. So we're getting the breakdown of our structures at the moment, the lockdowns, having to be quiet, having to find the inner you. So we are going to go through a lot of chaos. There are huge consequences to the fact that the stock market, as I said earlier, will probably drop 90%, maybe more. Huge consequences to changes in jobs and how we work and where we work. Why shouldn't we work from home? Why shouldn't we work from the comfort of homes? The materials used are very relevant. Technology is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, especially as we move into 2023, 2024. Pluto going into Aquarius. But that's a little down the line. We've got to get through this period first. So right now, Bruce is going off to hang out with his son, Kyle. Hi, Bruce. It was lovely to be with you earlier today. Thank you. So, Aquarians are about the new, are about the eccentric, are about the individual within the whole. But they're about freedom, above all freedom. And here we have to take responsibility for our actions, the consequences of the things that we've been doing globally and personally. As I said, I noticed that I've been very wasteful, hadn't really appreciated the things that I had, not appreciated them enough, not really took care to see all the things I really had in my life. And it's not until you slow down and your world gets smaller that you begin to see. I can remember, gosh, a long time ago now, it's 20 years or so ago, when I broke my leg, and it was very difficult surgeries, and I was confined. I was very confined for many, many months. I'm sorry about the internet. I hope that it's not as bad as the last time and that you can tolerate it. And to remember to say blessings. To remember to appreciate that you do have water, that you do have the things that you need to survive. So we're getting really grateful for the small things. Instead of wanting to rush this over, let's make the best of it while we're in it. I'm not saying I don't have my moments, because I do. And I'm lucky I have people I reach out to and say, hey, I need to have a vent. I need to have a moan. I do. It's brief, thank goodness, but I have my moments too. So I think we're becoming aware of what we might have lost. And we do have energy and we all have power. Yes. Yes. But my goodness, I feel so deeply grateful for what I have, more than I ever have. More than ever. It's been a wake-up call. Even though I've done gratitudes for a long, long time every day. It's more tangible now. It's more real now. Yeah. Nature, Mother. But there's no accident. Why? And I would be asking this question. What can I learn from this? What can I learn from what is happening right now? Thank you for liking the video as I'm speaking. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. I'm sorry about the buffering. It's not something I can do anything about, but I'm working on getting a speed booster, and I'm hoping that each time I speak to you, it will be better. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, I'm grateful for you here online with me right here, right now. Wow, what a blessing that is to be able to be with you, to connect with you, to talk with you, to lift one another's spirits together. to see what we can learn together. Show, yeah. Why is this? Could it have been predicted? Well, Saturn and Pluto to Capricorn, that's a difficult aspect. With the South Node in Capricorn, that suggests a karmic nature of this. Collectively, Uranus changing sign, Mars going to go retrograde this year for 26 weeks in Aries. So we're coming together because we're apart. That's beautiful. Thank you for that, Harmony Grace. Beautiful. We're apart, and in that isolation, we can come together in a new way. So Mother Nature started the work of cleaning this planet. Have you ever thought maybe that there are some higher beings that are helping us to do this rather quickly? Yes, Masaru Emoto, who did tests on water and said to the water, I love you, and the consequences of the water changed its consistency vibrationally. That's why when you say a blessing over whatever goes inside of you, it changes its quality. So yeah, we had a lot of warnings, and now Spirit, or whatever you say, and it's showing us that we've got to change super quick now, super duper quick. Yep, corruption hopefully will end. The whole financial, all the systems that we've had have been built on sand for a long time. Long time. So it had to go at some point. And inside, we kind of knew it. So many people, I think, had been feeling lost for a while, not knowing what to do. So yes, in many ways, this is an exciting time. Can be. It's got the potential to be exciting. And at the same time, we have to, each one of us, yes, God is good. The universe is good. And at the same time, there are consequences for our actions. And this is what all the Capricorn energy is about. For us to see that every little thing that we do has a consequence. Yeah, it really does. And we're going to see, I think, karma play out more quickly. Just much more quickly than ever before. Well, we're seeing it. Look at this virus. We've got to take care of our animals. We've got to take care of our people. We've got to take care of our earth. We have to do that. Now, this is where my heart goes out to you. So, there's a tremendous amount. I think this is just showing us that we are all connected. And what one feels, the other feels. It's not, I'm okay, Jack. No way, Jose, not anymore. It's not, I'm all right and you guys are not. No, I'm not okay if you're not okay. I've got to make myself strong and do whatever I can to be well and fit. Yes, of course. There's a part of me that's not okay if you're not okay. That's just how I see it. So, my loves, I'm going to close for now. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed being with you. It's very uplifting to be with you and be in your presence today. Yeah, what is the 1% doing? We can't have 1% running the world anymore. And the age of Aquarius is all about us individually taking responsibility for what we contribute to the whole. But I'm hoping that you will join me regularly now, if you would like, so that we can work together with this and see how this unfolds, because none of us know what's going to happen. But use that Mars in Capricorn right now to do something productive and proactive. I can share with you, I don't usually ask people for favors. I find that very difficult to do. But I knew that Greece was going to go in lockdown on Sunday night. So I did ask a friend, a young friend, if she wouldn't mind bringing some stuff from Athens to me. And it was hard to do. And so I asked her anyway, and she said, of course, with pleasure. And she went over to my apartment and, you know, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want the other? And she drove it all out to me. How kind. So sometimes you have to reach out and ask for help. Yeah, really ask. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And on a separate live stream, I will bring in the peas. So for those of you who would like. Thank you very, very much for listening. Much love.